In China, when you're on a different strategy, you give up the position. But here, just sit behind and have a tea break while you're at it. Lewis Hamilton didn't just express frustration after the Miami Grand Prix. He ignited a firestorm inside Ferrari that no one saw coming. The team radio was sizzling with tension. His tone was razor-sharp, and the message was crystal clear. Something is seriously wrong with Ferrari's strategy. He wasn't subtle. He wasn't diplomatic. He went straight to the heart of the problem, exposing a level of dysfunction on the pit wall that stunned fans, journalists, and insiders across the paddock. And what makes this even more explosive? It wasn't just about a bad race. It was about trust, leadership, and a system that's failing one of the greatest drivers in F1 history. Before we unpack every twist in this saga, from the leaked team radio to Hamilton's post-race bombshell and the internal fallout at Ferrari, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us until the very end. What you're about to hear could completely change the narrative of Hamilton's time at Ferrari. It all started with one furious message that shook Maranello to its core. Hamilton's outburst was triggered by a messy team orders scenario, broadcast live over the team radio. After starting on hard tires and switching to mediums, he found himself behind teammate Charles Leclerc, who had remained on hards. Hamilton quickly realized he was faster and began pushing to pass. But Ferrari hesitated. Instead of acting decisively, they told him to hold position and benefit from Leclerc's DRS. It was the kind of call that screamed indecision, and Hamilton wasn't having it. "So you want me to just sit here the whole race?" he snapped. "This is not good teamwork. That's all I'm going to say." He reminded the team that in China, he yielded position to Leclerc without argument. This time, he felt the gesture should be returned. Eventually, Ferrari relented and told the drivers to swap. But by then, the damage was already done. Hamilton's tires had suffered from running in dirty air, and when he finally got through, the car ahead, Kimi Antonelli's Mercedes, was already nearly 5 seconds up the road. Still, Hamilton pressed on. He asked for gap updates. He wanted to know where he was losing time. You could feel the fire of a driver who still believes he can fight, but Leclerc wasn't falling back either. He stayed right on Hamilton's tail, prompting Ferrari to reverse the swap. Hamilton's sarcastic response summed up the chaos. "So you don't think I can catch up or what?" Followed by, "Have a tea break while you're at it." And when told that Carlos Sainz was closing fast from behind, Hamilton fired back again. "You want me to let him pass as well?" By the time the checkered flag fell, Hamilton had finished 8th, just 1 place behind Leclerc. It was a result that didn't reflect the true chaos of Ferrari's race strategy, and one that left Hamilton seething. His post-race media appearance was just as sharp. "Make a decision. You're sitting there with all the data. Make the decision quick. We're in the car, we're in the fight, and we're computing a million things." But the bombshell didn't stop there. Hamilton revealed that after the race, Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur came to his garage. The conversation was tense. "I just put my hand on his shoulder and said, 'Dude, calm down. Don't be so sensitive,'" Hamilton told reporters. Some of it, he admitted, was sarcasm, but it was also a rare glimpse behind the curtain. Normally, Hamilton keeps tension internal, but this time he aired it all out, not with rage, but with calculated, sharp-edged honesty. He made it clear that Ferrari's strategic indecisiveness is costing them, and he warned, without apology, "I'm not going to apologize for being a fighter. I want to win." Vasseur, for his part, downplayed the fallout. He said he understood Hamilton's emotions and insisted the team acted in Ferrari's best interest, but even he acknowledged the delays and the difficulty of issuing team orders in real time. Still, the wider issue remains. This wasn't just a one-off. The signs have been there for weeks. Strategic stumbles, conflicting calls, and a car that's struggling to match the pace of McLaren, Red Bull, and even Mercedes. But now, for the first time, Hamilton's frustration has gone beyond subtle hints. He's no longer protecting Ferrari from criticism. He's spelling it out, on the radio, in the media pen, and behind closed doors with Fred Vasseur. And while Ferrari has tried to downplay it, to frame it as just heat-of-the-moment tension, the truth is far more serious. These aren't isolated remarks. They're a public vote of no confidence in the current way things are being run. Hamilton expected challenges in his debut season at Ferrari. He knew adapting to a new team and car would take time, but what he didn't expect was to be held back by internal confusion, to be given mixed signals in critical moments, to be denied the chance to race freely when it mattered. And what makes it even more damning is that this happened after he voluntarily moved aside for Leclerc in China, a gesture of trust and cooperation. In Miami, he was expecting that respect to be reciprocated. Instead, he was told to hold back, only to then be allowed through too late, after his tires were already spent, and then told to move over again. It's not just Hamilton's Sunday that was mismanaged, it's Ferrari's entire approach to intra-team dynamics and race day decision-making. When your two top drivers are having to negotiate position mid-race, when radio messages are filled with sarcasm, frustration, and confusion, that's not just a strategy issue, that's a leadership issue. The real question now is, how will Ferrari respond? Will they sit down and have the difficult conversations? Will they realign their strategic protocols to prevent this from happening again? Or will they continue trying to brush it off, hoping that results will magically improve while internal tensions bubble beneath the surface? Because if there's one thing we've learned from Hamilton's comments, it's that he's still hungry. He still believes he can win, but he also knows that belief alone isn't enough. The team has to match his intensity, his speed of thinking, and his expectation of excellence, not just on the track, but on the pit wall too. So again, what do you think? Was Hamilton right to speak out? Did Ferrari make the right calls? Or is this the moment where things begin to unravel inside Maranello?